Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It is your morning host, DJ Kitty, here with my two co-hosts today. We have Mrs. Jack, and then we have Counselor Nikki. They are filling in for Miss Morningstar, who has a previous engagement. Miss Morningstar, I hope you guys have a wonderful time. You will be missed, but we've got two professionals filling in for you. So today is a good day to be above ground versus below. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Above versus below. Today's a good day. We are going to walk into this day with purpose and strength and attitude, knowing that what we do makes a difference. I want you guys to come on in. I want to welcome in our guests from TikTok, welcome in our guests from YouTube, and of course, our family out in Holly Springs, Mississippi, as well as Memphis, Tennessee. So before we get started, what are the golden rules? 16 ounces of water as soon as you touch ground, as soon as you get up. Take your morning meds. We want to get that water into your body so that you can move. Things can move around as they should. Water is key. It's crucial. And if you can get outside today, go for a walk, get some fresh air, touch grass. But whatever you do, be intentional with it. So we're about to get started with the show. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you to Mrs. Jack for standing in, because she will be our affirmation queen for the day. Look up. Yes, affirmation. Yes. So we're going to start with our morning affirmations. We do this every morning because it gives us a sense of, yes, positive reinforcements. So Mrs. Jack, go ahead and hit us with what you got, honey.
Good morning, everybody. Because we are talking about substance abuse, I have some affirmations that go along with sobriety. Okay, so if you are going through recovery, here are some affirmations to tell yourself. I am brave. If I set my mind to it, I can do it. I am currently recovering. I am getting better. I have everything I need to reach my goals. I have people that believe in me. I will be able to live the life that I deserve. I am stronger than addiction. I don't need alcohol or substance to be happy. I see that the world is a beautiful place. And there is a daily mantra. It says, I am alive and I am present every day that I wake up sober. This mantra tells us that we are the power to stay this way and to work through life as long as we are here and sober. It reminds me that I have another chance at this life because of sobriety, and that is something I never want to forget.
I love that. Good job. Yes. That was amazing. I love those. And it's so fitting since we're talking about, substance abuse and dependency. That's perfect. Thank you, Mrs. Jack. Mrs. Jack. So let's go and hop into this weather. We have some good weather. Hey, what's going on? Georgia, it's not good weather?
Georgia is starting out cold in the morning.
Is it? That's nice. I love a good
hoodie cold. Like
good. Yes, bring on the hoodies. I am a hoodie girl. Yes, I see you. It's cold in Minnesota. I can only imagine.
I am not ready. I would swap weather with you at any moment.
No, you won't, because I have on shorts. And I was debating whether or not I was going to put a tank top on because it's still hot down here. So let's get into it. Holly Springs, you have a high today of 84, low of 56. Feels like temperatures 82 in the daytime, 55 in the evening, with a 5% chance of rain. Winds out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity is moderate during the day and high in the evening. Mosquito risk is high. Grass and ragweed pollen are both moderate. Tree pollen is low and air quality is good. It is going to be a sunny and clear day, a perfect day to go for a walk, a bike ride, go to the park, go hang out, touch some grass. Memphis, Tennessee, you have a high today of 84 and a low of 59. Feels like temperature 83 during the day, 60 at night, evening and at night, with a 6% chance of rain. Winds are out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity is moderate during the day and high in the evening and at night. Mosquito risk, of course, is high. Grass and ragweed pollen are both moderate. Tree pollen is low. Air quality is good. Another sunny and clear day. Get on out there, y'all. Go out there, get some fresh air. Breathe. Okay. Hot Houston, 89 today as the high, 69 as the low. Feels like temperature 87 during the day, 70 evening and at night with a 2% chance of rain. Winds are out of the east northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Humidity is moderate during the day and high at night. Mosquito risk is moderate. Grass and tree pollen are both low. Ragweed pollen is high. Air quality is good. It's going to be a sunny day and it's going to be partly cloudy in the evening. And that is your weather. That's some good weather, It'll be
Does
even
Texas
better.
know that it's hot? It's October. It's mid-October.
No, Texas doesn't know anything. Texas just knows we go from hot to hell to hot. That's it.
Wait a minute.
Those are our seasons. Hot, hell, hot. We may have like 2 or 3 weeks. If we get a month to 6 weeks of cold weather, it is
fall.
Everybody else in the country is getting real bad weather. If Houston gets a month to 6 weeks, and that means that everybody else is getting snow. Y'all are getting snowed in while we are up here debating on whether or not we're going to wear shorts today. Or
that is crazy.
It's like a little bit of bragging to me. I don't know.
Was it bragging?
I picked up on that.
It sounded braggadocious to me.
It did.
But let me ask y'all, all summer long when we were down here with them 100-degree temps, feels like 112. And y'all were like, oh, that's hot. It's only 60, 70 degrees here. Who was bragging then?
I like 100-degree weather. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Georgia is schizophrenic, okay? I don't know what the weather. It does what it wants to. It can definitely be 3 different degrees, 3 different temperatures in one day. You can get all seasons at some point. It's weird.
Yeah, have your rain boots and an umbrella, have a hoodie, a jacket, or a swimsuit. It's up to you. It just depends on where the wind goes, because anything can pop off at any minute. But no, we weren't bragging. Now, in about 2 weeks when it's still, not cold, but it's not hot, that's when y'all gonna see me pop my collar.
Now that feels perfect though. I think that's the perfect weather when it's not cold and it's not hot. It's
if it could only stay like that for forever.
Forever.
I don't need cold weather, and I definitely don't need anything over 90 degrees. Yeah, 90. 90 is.
We're about to go into hibernation and sadness. So.
Well, I'm gonna pray for y'all because it's still gonna be hot down here. You can come on down.
We don't have that.
I need to for my mental health. I got to get away in the summer. I can't.
It snows
in the wintertime. I can't. It snows hard in Minnesota and it gets well below 0. Like in temperatures you're like, this can't be right.
Yeah,
I already felt that.
It's a no. It snows in Georgia too.
We, what's wild. When my brother first came to stay with me, it was like 10 years ago, right? So he came from Florida. And I was explaining Savannah to him because that's where I used to live. And the first thing I said, well, it doesn't snow here. And do you know it snowed just despite me? For the first time ever, it snowed. And he was like, I thought you said it doesn't snow up here. Mind you, in Florida, they're in hoodies and shorts.
Yeah, that's the look down here for these children. I can't put on a hoodie in the summertime. It has to be like 60s for me to even reach over there.
I think it's a protection layer for them somehow.
Okay. I will say this. Some parts of Texas, it does snow. Like up north, like Dallas.
Yeah.
It does snow up there.
The closer you get to Colorado, probably.
The closer you get up, Oklahoma, once you pass, because Houston is below sea level. So once you pass Houston and you go up maybe 50 to 75 miles, that's where you're going to get the snow. East Texas, it snows up there and they got hills up there. It's a no for me.
Yeah.
I want to visit the snow. I don't want to live in the snow ever again.
I was stationed in Colorado one time. So
y'all can come here and get stuck and get the snow and feel the cold and just experience the whole thing. I'll make you some hot chocolate. I'm not going to go outside with you, but I'll watch you out the window and wave and stuff.
I'm good.
I've had all the snow I ever need to see in my whole life.
Living in Alaska.
And from Alaska. I was stationed in Colorado for 2 years. I thought that was going to be the most snow I ever saw. Then they sent me to Alaska. And I was like, wow.
Did you hear about what's going on in Alaska?
Did I what?
Hear about
what's going on in
Alaska? Yes. They have about 20 people they haven't found. They had a nor'easter come through and it flooded. And it was like tornadoes up there.
I did hear something about that.
Yeah, it's really bad. And I'm praying for those folks up there because, oh my goodness.
We just have to say daily prayers for the world.
For the world.
Really.
Especially knowing that they're not going to get any assistance from this raggedy government.
Yeah.
Does the government know that Alaska's a part of us? That's what I want to know. Do they know that Alaska's a part of us as well? Or are we on the, are they on the fence about that?
We can't assume that they know that this is because once we realized that they didn't know Puerto Rico was part of the United States, so is Guam, so is the U.S. Virgin Islands. We can't assume. So I'm glad you asked that question because we are finding out that there are so many things that we have to prepare for this country. And that means we have a president that doesn't really understand that,
Talk about being aggravated.
Maybe he'll go talk to their president.
let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And y'all, I just got a call from, of all people, interrupting the show from Jasmine Crockett's campaign. Jasmine, I love you, sis, but I'm in the middle of doing something, honey. I can't answer right now. I just can't answer right now. But you interrupted me and you kicked me smooth up off my show. So sorry about that, WKRA. I thought that you guys just kept going. I just put myself on Do Not Disturb. I need to disconnect my Wi-Fi from my tablet, but I'll do it after. Anyway, let's get into this news that you can use. I mean, we talked about the weather. Let's pray for our folks in Alaska. Frumpy, they are American citizens, okay? I know it's hard for you to understand, but Alaska is a part of America, even though you wanted to give it to your homeboy Pootie Tang. No. Alaska
for free, seem like.
Well, he got a plane and now he's giving a base in Idaho to Qatar, but that's a whole nother story. We talked about that yesterday. Yes. So let's get into the Trump cuts Democratic federal programs, saying they made a mistake. Man, if this dude, what's a mistake?
At the CDC, those ones?
They had to reinstate them.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you want to only look at programs that the Dems have introduced. Well, first of all, the Republicans don't introduce any type of bills. So you're about to strip us raw because Republicans, Jim Jordan hasn't been in Congress for how long? Do y'all know he's never introduced one piece of legislation?
Because they shouldn't have hired him no way after what he did, the scandal that he was a part of.
Well,
I am not surprised.
At the end of the day, so I am learning. We are all learning that there is a group of people who don't shun that type of behavior. They're okay. I mean, Ted Cruz said that we need to stop talking about and vilifying P3DOs, PDF files, pedos. Isn't that what Ted Cruz said? Ted, are you okay?
Yeah. And they caught themselves, right? So, the internet is forever. So they had to go back and say, okay, well, what he was doing, he was saying something, he was using a bunch of terms, and he just threw that one in there as something we should stop. We should vilify. I said that's not even how he was saying it. He said we should stop attacking, and he threw that one in there. Like they know what they're doing.
Well, they're introducing legislation to make 14-year-olds adults. So they meant that. They meant what they said. If we make it legal, then it's not that anymore.
They're the only ones bringing legislation forward to try to marry young girls younger and to make it seem like it's a way to combat abortions.
They're just nasty. These are some nasty people. This is what they do. And so they don't see anything wrong with it. They don't.
And the firings are illegal.
Oh, yeah, they're illegal. Yeah. But, he has 34 felonies. Do you honestly think he cares about what's legal and what's illegal? No.
He don't care about nobody except the person he sees in the mirror and the green dollar.
I don't understand how they think, we're going to cut all the stuff that the Democrats care about, and it's not going to affect our people. Like, that doesn't make sense.
You know what bothers me the most?
Does not make sense.
What bothers me the most is you have the nerve to say Democrat programs. There are no Democrat programs because Democrats are fighting for everybody. We fight for everybody. We aren't even allowed to write in a bill, hey, I want this to only affect Democrats. I want this to only be for my side or my team. We don't even do that. So for our president to say he wants to cut only Democrat programs, that's going to cut programs for everybody because just what we're dealing with now, this shutdown is Democrats fighting to keep the subsidies for everybody, to keep everybody's health insurance low. So you're going to basically cut everything for everybody. But for MAGA, they need to hear things like that to say Democrats so they don't care, so that they can go ahead and carry on with the thing. So I hate when they say things like that because at the end of the day, all they're trying to do is hurt people in the name of somebody else because of the blame. They don't want to blame themselves. But our soldiers are out here not getting paid.
Not getting paid. But you know who is getting paid? Argentina.
20. How much?
Right.
20 million.
20 billion.
Billion with the B. I'm sorry.
And our farmers.
Yeah.
Our farmers.
Our farmers are out there digging dirt with their hands.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at the
And
situation. I'm laughing at
they said even if Argentina gets the 20 billion, likely the person who's in charge now, he's going to get voted out because they have an election coming up. And they said that's not even enough to keep them afloat. So it may keep them afloat for a little while, but they're going to be in the same situation. That's not even enough money. So why are we giving them that? Because we are in a bad way.
I thought
we're just getting taken apart and giving to people, giving a little bit here and there. We're just getting pillaged.
MAGA.
It's definitely America last.
I thought it was America first.
It's the money.
It's
the money.
America first when 20 billion goes to Argentina.
Not the homeless that y'all always say, you could have used this money for the homeless. What about that money for the homeless? While you out here begging for a Nobel Peace Prize, you should have been trying to help your own country.
We want to see what that is like. You doing something for the American people, Frumpy. That's what we would like to see. Instead of you doing and going over and they kissing your feet over in Egypt and all these accolades, and that is falling apart. That little ceasefire, are they still ceasefiring?
Remember the fake deal he made before with Russia and Ukraine, and they said, "Oh no, we ain't. We ain't
made no deal with you."
They went right back the next day and got back to it. They was like, "Why he told y'all that lie?"
We about everything. He lies when he doesn't even have to lie. He didn't even have to say anything. He just lies.
It's habit. It's habit. It's hard to break old habits.
I don't think he knows that he's lying. I think that in his mind, his decrepit old dementia-ridden mind, he believes this craziness that he's spewing out, and he's like shocked that none of us actually believe it.
Well, that's how his followers are. They're all shocked that we don't believe everything he says because we're not in, part of the crew.
One of his aides said, his Alan was a former aide, but they said you have to be careful when you're like telling him what's going on around the world. Because the last thing that you say to him is what he runs with for the rest of the day. So you got to be careful.
Because he can't retain a lot of information.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. So you have to be careful what you end with when you're talking to him. Mm-hmm. Because he's going to go and that's what he's going to talk about. Like you could just be trying to give him a heads up on something. And if that's the last thing you say,
that's what's going to
come up in whatever conversation he's in. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how he did when he was doing his campaign with MAGA. He would give them short little things that they can remember, drill, baby, drill, things like that, because attention spans are short with the uneducated,
Yeah. Short and I can't say sweet. It's short, and I'm gonna leave the other word alone. Yeah. It's just short and short and simple. Okay,
that's a good one.
Spans are short and simple. A bunch of simpletons. Let's take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come right back. Maybe we can get into a couple more stories, and then we are going to jump right into our topic for the day. You are listening to Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can. So we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciate it. God bless.
Feel your heart.
Hello, my name is Robin, and I'm out here helping Carter's Caring Hands, and I also work the food pantry with them. It's an excellent place where people can come get out some food. I was homeless, and I've gave myself to the Lord, and I'm out here helping anybody I can help. So if you need help or prayer, just stop by. We'll pray with you and help you out. In Jesus' name, God bless.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
And I'd like you to do one more thing for me. Hold up 2 fingers. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value.
Equal. Hey guys, guess what? I got something to show you. Boom, 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 bam. You like what you see? This is from Morningstar Boutique. Yes, beautiful, nice and thick, comfy, and it fits. So if you like this sweater, you got to go to All Plugs and scroll down with Morningstar Boutique, and you got to get yours, because I got mine. You better go get yours, because yeah, you might run out fast. So yeah, if you like this sweater, go to Our Plugs, ourplugsllc.com. Scroll down and hit Morningstar Boutique and get yours. Yes, this is from a black powerful woman to another powerful black woman. So yeah, we're moving on. Go get yours so we all can be warm. Okay? God bless.
This fall, step into style that has bold and beautiful as the season itself. From cozy layers, statement pieces, Morningstar Boutique has everything to meet your needs. Affordable fashion meets everyday elegance. This season, it's your time to shine.
Why advertise with Our Plugs, LLC? What do you get? Radio promotion. Perfect for online businesses. YouTube promotion. Customers can view your commercial. TikTok promo. Gain followers and showcase product. Follow us on all platforms. YouTube and TikTok. Our Plugs, LLC. www.ourplugs.com.
Hey, so we are back.
We are back. So today, what we are going to get into, as Kitty, she stepped out for a second.
Yes,
Oh, there
I
she is.
did. I'm so sorry,
she's
you
back.
guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody call you again?
Yes, and it's very irritating, especially when they. Anywho, I'm not even about to get myself upset about it. It's just gonna be choice words to say when I get off of here.
Ooh.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get into substance abuse and dependency, part 2. Part 2. Let's get into it. So, I think we left off with talking about it. Do you want to give a recap from last week, Nikki? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we just kind of introduced last week, kind of the stages of how you go from just casually drinking or using a substance to having dependence issues. So just to recap a little bit, substance use is just occasional or social use of alcohol or substances without any significant consequences. So that's just everyday use. And then you had substance abuse, which is repeated use that leads to some sort of impairment, such as health issues, relationship problems, or legal issues. So that's when kind of things, your body starts to depend on it a little more. You're using a little more. You're starting to need more to feel the way you felt before, and you're starting to get an addiction to it. And then substance use disorder is a diagnosis that involves compulsive use despite having harmful consequences or having health problems, legal problems, and relationship problems and stuff like that. So you continue to use it even though you're having issues in your life around it.
Yeah.
Did you want to add something, Mr. Jack?
No.
Yeah, it's a lot, substance use, substance abuse, all of it. It's a lot. Go ahead.
It's a lot that you need to get therapy for and assistance. So I'm glad that we get to do this so that people can hear it. A lot of people hear things in their car on the way to work, and they don't always get to get the type of information. That's one of the great things about our plugs, because we connect to people that get to hear us in the morning on the way to work. Mm-hmm. And you won't see this on the news. You won't get this anywhere else. So anybody that is out there dealing with sobriety may need to hear these things that we're talking about. And I think it's just so amazing. I was just reveling in the fact that,
You're right, because people struggle. And especially now, there's a lot, of course there's an uptick in substance abuse. Look at what's happening in the world, but maybe channel that into using it, dealing with your anxiety in a different way.
Right. So today, I think we're going to be talking about when to get help and where to get help, when because I pulled up some signs that it's time, when it's time to get help.
All right, well, let's go to those signs. When is it? Go ahead, Nikki.
I think you made a good point, too, that people got to understand, it may have started off as I'm just going to grab me a glass of something to drink, on my patio when I get off work because I had a long day, or I just got laid off randomly the pay. I just got randomly laid off, and I have my kids, that I have to take care of. I got this mortgage, and I can only, my savings may take me a month or, a couple months in, but for long term, what am I going to do? So it might start off as I'm just going to, get me a little gummy. I'm going to take a hit of this. I'm going to drink a little bit of that just to kind of calm down and to, chill. And then you realize I've been doing this every day.
Right. It's a slippery slope. It's scary times right now, like she said, because of the furlough. Some people have to still work. Keep in mind, some people have to still work and not get paid. And then some people are laid off and not getting paid. So, when people use substances, it's important to remember it's a getaway for some people. When they start repeatedly using it and it turns into an abuse, they're using it to numb themselves and forget the life's problems. So when you have compounded trauma, which is one thing on top of the other, then you start using more. So it is very scary right now. So please check on your friends and family. If you can help them out and they have been furloughed, please do that.
Absolutely. I mean, the one thing that I am trying to wrap my mind around is so much is happening. And yes, we can try and drown it out with taking substances so that you don't have to deal with it. But what happens when you're done? What happens when that substance has worn off? You're still facing those issues, and the money that you're using to self-medicate, that's money that you actually should be saving right now. Like, seriously, how do you find money to go out and do certain things that's harmful to you? People say, oh, it's just drinking. It's still your liver, still your kidney.
Yeah.
It may not happen today or tomorrow, but turn 60, turn 70, if you're lucky. Cirrhosis of the liver is no joke. Being on dialysis, I'm watching somebody on dialysis right now, and no, I don't think it was a drinking issue. It was an issue that she caught pneumonia and she didn't go get it treated in time. And by the time she did go get it treated, she blew out her kidneys. So things happen all the time, but you don't want to compound that, like you said, Ms. Jack, by every day medicating to get away from the pain that we're all dealing with it. Right. So instead of running from it, let's deal with it. Let's deal with the issue.
And that's hard.
Because while you're numbing, you look up and things have gotten worse because the days still go by. Stuff, you wake up every day, the day's still gonna go. It may be worse by the time you say, oh, I better look at this and figure it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why I think this is really important.
Yes, the bills keep coming, and then I'm kind of upset with this administration because when they knew I'm saying kind of just for this instance here, because the one thing they could have done was give some type of warning, or just not a warning, do an executive order saying that you cannot evict anybody, you cannot turn off any of their utilities while they're in a shutdown because it's not their fault they aren't getting paid. At least do something while you signing executive orders for dumb stuff. Sign it for these people. If you're saying that it's the Republicans that are the ones keeping it shut down, you should have said, well, let me at least help y'all, just despite the Democrats, at least like something. So I say that to say this: the bills are going to keep coming. They're not going to stop. And then we're shaky about back pay too. So people are stressed out, and it turns to substance abuse when you're
and that
stressed.
Part is horrible.
Yeah.
I worked for the government for 18 years, and we've always, if there was a shutdown, you always knew you would get back pay. And they give you they used to, I don't know if this administration is doing, they used to give you a letter that you could give to people to say, I work for the government, we're in a shutdown, I'm not getting paid. And some people would be okay with that. And but I don't know if they're doing that.
All the people that wrote the letters were probably fired.
Right.
If they did write a letter.
That's sad. That's sad.
It is.
The ones that knew
they
how
used
to
to give
write.
us letters and say, they used to give us letters and say, if we shut down, give this to your bill collectors, and say, and they usually will work with you and say, okay. And then some institutions, some banks also will give loans or give grants for you if you are a government employee. They'll give you a grant to get some money, like they can see how much money you get from your paycheck, and they'll try to give you that in advance and then take it when you get it back.
Right. There's also a thing y'all can do like we did when COVID first started. You can call your bill collectors and at least have conversations with them and let them know, hey, I am one of the people that have gotten furloughed or something, and see if they can work something out for you. At least just do that so that you can see if there is an option before you get to stressing out, because it is a stressful time. So try to do that.
I think you put in signal that there are a couple of banks that are actually giving out loans to government employees.
Yes, USAA is one, and Navy Federal.
And Navy Federal.
So if
I'm sure there are others.
Go ahead.
I'm sure there might be others. You might have to check.
Yeah, you please do your due diligence and check. But if you're out there and you're a furloughed employee of the United States government, how horrible does that sound? A furloughed employee of the United States government, but you just gave $20 billion. Oh, okay, never mind.
But it's made by people that keep getting paid regardless.
Yes, they keep getting paid regardless. Please, bill collector, please, light company, gas company, water company, mortgage, rent, my car note, insurance, please, keep my utilities running. Don't come pick up my car. Don't kick me out my house.
Me and my babies.
With my babies.
Right.
So let's, the thing about it is, let's try and give people something, an avenue to try and, keep these people at bay while they're trying to figure it out. And don't go down that rabbit hole of, okay, well, there's nothing I can do. Let me go have me a drink. That doesn't solve anything. I mean, it's temporary. And it may make things worse. Y'all ever seen an angry drunk?
Yeah.
I
worked in a substance abuse center. I've seen a lot of crazy.
Feelings you already have.
Y'all both talking at the same time.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I said I worked in a substance abuse center. I've seen a whole lot of crazy, angry substance, not just alcohol. Anybody that is in the middle of withdrawal, it might cut up.
Yeah, that's tough. Go ahead, Nikki.
But not only that though, it's like dang, I think I forgot what I was gonna say. I'll come back.
Squirrel.
It's gone. Yeah.
I'll think about it, and I'll give y'all one of the first signs that it may be time for you to get help. In case you don't know and you're just thinking, do I really have a problem? I have some signs where it might give you that thought. So number one is if you are causing harm to yourself and others as a result of substance abuse. One of the first telltale signs that it is time to seek treatment is if the substance use disorder causes harm to yourself. When your senses are impaired as a result of substance use, you are more likely to engage in risky behaviors like promiscuity. That means a little more loose with the caboose, driving under the influence, or even law breaking. And this could cause severe damage to yourself and those around you. So causing harm to yourself or others as a result of your substance abuse may be a sign that it is time for you to get help. But that promiscuity.
Loose with the what?
Loose with the caboose.
All right, y'all. There's your sign. If you out here just giving it away.
You let go of all your inhibitions. You was just like, you know what? I might as well try it. No.
And that often causes people to be re-traumatized because they've already had some sort of trauma. And so because you're kind of losing control and you may not be aware of what's going on around you, you might put yourself in situations that could cause another traumatic experience.
Yeah,
it's not safe. It's not safe. I mean, you don't want to wake up next to somebody and be like, oh my God. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
No, it's this.
Who is this?
Here. Because if you drink to the point where you don't know, or you black out, or you don't remember what happened, you really drink too much. And if it's a one-off, then you may not have a problem. But if you're doing that repeatedly, then you need to, because we never want people to think, hey, that happened to me once, I may have once.
No.
It.
But if every weekend you waking up with somebody new,
and you regret it, and you didn't know how you got where you are.
If you want to wake up with somebody new, by all means. But if you're waking up with somebody new and you looking around like, how'd I get here? And oh my goodness, not again.
Yeah.
Please go get you some help. And I'm joking and laughing, before,
but it's real.
I'm serious about that. That's an ugly situation, and nobody wants anybody to go through that at all.
Just like driving under the influence. Usually the person that is intoxicated or inebriated is the person that survives a crash, if the accident, if they get hit by a drunk driver. But when you are under the influence, you don't really make the best decisions, right? So that's how it can affect you, cause harm to you, yourself, and others, especially having an accident. And then let's just add on the rest of it, since we are piling on, because now you have had an accident, you have gotten arrested, you have been charged with the DUI, starts like $25,000 to even fight that in court. You may lose time to work, you may get fired, you have bills. It is a snowball effect that you don't really, like, one night of enjoyment can turn into really devastating circumstances. So you really have to be smart and think about it before you get into that type of situation.
Absolutely. I know too many people who were innocent and never walked away at the hands of a drunk driver. Matter of fact, my daughter's best friend from high school, middle school, and high school, and her and 3 other football players in Houston, I want to say last year. Lauren, rest in peace, baby. But she was innocent, and they were coming from a wedding, and they got hit by a drunk driver going through downtown Houston. He blew through the light, and he was going so fast. I don't even want to get into it, but he walked away.
Because you're more relaxed. Your body, most people, when they have a car accident, they see it coming, so they tense up, and it just hurts worse. When you're drunk, your body is relaxed and you don't really tense up. So I don't even know.
Right.
It's not fair.
I misspoke. He did not walk away. I'm sorry. He did not. He didn't survive that either. He didn't survive.
Okay.
A man that was on the corner didn't survive.
None of the corner?
Yes. It was horrible.
What was he driving?
A sports car, I think a Charger. And they were in like a SUV.
Oh, wow.
And they were in a truck?
But he was going that fast. He was going
that fast. He had
and there's nothing you can take back. You can't take that back, you know.
You ruined so many people's lives.
Yeah.
Just by drinking. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. So make smart decisions. And if you choose to drink, please don't drive. It's really that simple. Just like, y'all, did you guys listen to the show on Friday with Karen from Housewives of Potomac? She just got out of prison for her 4th DUI. Girl, what is wrong with you?
She still has her license.
Why would she still?
I'm pretty sure she doesn't. But people drive all the time without it.
I mean, you don't have to have a license to get behind the car. You're supposed to, but technically, you know, when you're inebriated, you will get behind the wheel if that's where your mind is at. But here's my thing: why don't you have a driver? If you're gonna drink, Uber,
at least.
That's the smartest thing to do. But
and that's not even just drinking. That's using substances as well.
Yes. If you're under the influence, please call an Uber. It's just that simple. You don't have to. It's no big, anything. Just call an Uber.
Thank you, Miss Indy Ray, for coming. We have a commenter She says, Black woman to the 92% right here. Good evening, ladies. I was literally told
Oh,
about your channel less than 1 minute ago, so I stopped by to check y'all
oh.
out. I love seeing Black women lead. I'm going to subscribe to your channel. Thank
Yes, you just subscribed. And if
Hey,
anybody
hey.
out there is listening, please subscribe.
you.
And
Please.
when you
It's
come in,
free.
please go out and like the live or and tap the screen and do all the things that we have to do so we can get our message out. But yes, substance abuse is tough, and it's tough not just on you, but it's tough on your family members as well. Imagine having children and feeling like instead of facing real life, you want to deal with demons, and these babies are watching.
Mm,
That's
mm,
the toughest part for me, is when you are letting your children down. They didn't ask for this.
They never asked to be a part of. They don't ask to be here. So of course
No,
they never asked to be a part of the trauma, but they see it and they can't shake it. When it's hard to unsee stuff and unhear things and unfeel things. Even when things get better, you're still left with trauma. You know.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. And
Um,
it's not fair to them. Go ahead, Miss Jack.
Another sign that it's time to get help is if you are unable to quit on your own. So if you have recognized a problem with use but cannot seem to overcome it on your own, it's time to find help from outside sources. Drugs and
Yeah.
alcohol alter your physical makeup of your brain, making it incredibly difficult to break an addiction on one's own. So if you've tried and failed without overcoming it, it's time to seek professional help.
Right. There'll be people like, oh, I drank too much a couple of times, so I'll just try to, or I used too much, I'll try to cut down. So it's like if you've been cutting down, every now and again, or you tried to quit on your own 3 or 4 times and it's not working, then it's time to maybe think this might be a little bit of a problem. Maybe I need some other help.
It might be too hard for me. Maybe I don't know everything. Because some people, it's hard to talk them out of what they think. If I just cut down from 2 12-packs down to 1 12-pack, they think that's going to work. Huh?
That's 24 cans or whatever. 12 packs. Yeah.
People, girl, you would
They
be amazed
rationalize.
what somebody can drink in a couple
Remember,
days.
yeah. Remember, your body's dependent on it at this point. It's not just something that just you pick up every now and again. Your body needs it because your, dopamine and serotonin is running low. Your receptors have changed in your brain, so it needs it at this point.
And so you crave it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Kinda
you're just
like-
not the best decision maker thinking that you can do it by yourself. Some people are type A personalities, I'll say, or some people just don't like to be told that, hey, you cannot do this by yourself. You know how you want to help a kid put their shoes on and they are defiant, like, I can do it myself, let me do it. And they can't. They don't realize they just can't. They just feel like if they keep trying, they can do it, but they can't.
I agree
And
with
thanks
that.
to the stigma that's associated with substance use or having a substance use issue. Nobody wants to admit it. Nobody's wants to be out here and say, yeah, I got a problem. I drank too much. I do this too much. We want to feel like we're in control.
Well, you're not in control if you're getting in trouble with the police. If you're not able to get up and take care of your normal duties, you're not in control. If your kid has to wake you up out of your slumber and beg you to feed them, you're not in control. What's in control is your abuse, your substance use. T Wiz says, I have a client that says I can quit if I want to. No, you can't because you still haven't quit. And that's tough. Some people, you have to get there. I will assume you have to get there to say, you know what, I don't like who I am when I'm this person. Because you have to think about it. When you're using substance, it changes who you are. It changes your genetic makeup. When you've been drinking, your inhibitions are lowered and you're down. Some people down with whatever. Some people are angry. You're not your normal sober self. So Let's take a quick commercial break. You guys keep coming with the questions and comments. We truly appreciate it. This is a real subject that we really need to cover. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe fashion is more than clothing. It's a statement of self-love, confidence, and authenticity. From our signature beautiful hoodies to our versatile everyday wear, every piece is designed to inspire you to embrace who you truly are. Whether you're at home or on the go, making moves in the world, Lovership Apparel lets you show up boldly and comfortably. Shop the collection today at www.lovershipapparel.com or find us on ourplugs.com. Lovership Apparel, where love meets style.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs, customize that cutting board, get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
Opal May Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skincare in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opal May Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Tori G., owner and founder of Say Something Tees, a statement t-shirt company. I got into this business by mistake, but the mission was no accident. As a Black female-owned brand, we do more than just sell shirts. We make statements. Our designs spark conversation, sometimes shady, sometimes in your face, but always bold. From the 92% collection, honoring Black women who always show up, to Dear Black Woman, a love letter to our strength and resilience. Our tees empower, uplift, and keep it real. Because at Say Something Tees, we believe your shirt should speak before you do. Shop Black owned, shop with a purpose. Find us at www.saysomething.biz and let's say something together.
As veterans, you've earned more than gratitude. You've earned rights and benefits that matter. At My Veterans First, we help you understand your VA compensation pension and the responsibilities that come with them. Whether you served recently or decades ago, you deserve the care and support you've earned. Let us guide you through the process and make sure you're getting every benefit you've worked for, because your service deserves respect and your benefits deserve clarity. This is Ms. D with My Veterans First. Call me at 762-218-2129 for more information.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, a Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. So, where do we leave off at?
We were talking about unable to quit on your own, but I forgot what you were talking about right before we went to commercial.
We can go to the next.
Memory is short.
I know. We all have short memories.
Blame the Army. I blame the Army on everything. Okay. The third one is. Go ahead.
I was going to say, DJ Kitty brought up a good one that she kind of jumped ahead on, was neglecting your responsibilities. That was your next one?
It was.
It's
kind of, yeah.
It's down there.
Yeah. She had brought it up before we went on. It was neglecting your responsibilities. If you're, and sometimes you can tell too what's going on in the household by the child. I worked for child welfare for a while too. Like if you have a parentified child, and that means the child is taking on the responsibilities of the parent because the parent's unable to do so. So the child's going grocery shopping, taking care of the smaller children, being the responsible one. The oldest child is doing those things in the household because the parent's not available because of whatever substances they're using. So that's called having a parentified child.
That makes me think of parents. Please don't make your older siblings be the second parent to your younger siblings. Let them have a life. Let them feel like they can go somewhere without having to babysit. Get them a babysitter. Don't do that to you. They will. Your daughters or your sons will start to resent even having children or resent some parts of you doing that to them. Don't do that, please.
Please don't, because that's horrible.
And my brother was attached to my hip. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I
Basketball
can
practice.
understand with some basketball practice. That's a lot. I can understand sometimes the parents need the older siblings to take care of the younger siblings if they have
Right.
something that.
Right.
However,
That's different.
children need that child that's always having to take care of everyone else. That child needs a childhood as well.
Exactly.
It's not fair to them. It really isn't.
Exactly what you said. They need a childhood as well. And the same thing about substance abuse. They need a childhood that's not wrapped in having to wake mommy up or having to be the parent because mommy or daddy is not parenting. They would rather get their fix than parent, spend the money on the substance instead of taking care of the kids. So it's
horrible.
Yeah, and children pay attention. A lot of times, the children know you know your routines better than you do, right? So think about someone who is trying to quit here and there, who's doing this. The kids know, oh, they got that. They may not know what it is, but mommy or daddy did A, B, C, or D because they're acting this way. They know your behaviors that go with it. They know, oh, when they come home, it's going to be horrible. They know. So even when you are in recovery and you're about to relapse, the children can tell it before you will. They can see it coming.
When your child is making excuses for you, trying to cover for you, trying to, because I can't let Nana or I can't let Papa know, that's an issue. That's a real issue when your child is taking on, they know that
parent role.
Step in,
right,
and they're trying to protect you. Be a parent. That is, I know it is hard at times. However, you decided to have a child. The child didn't ask to be here. And you're right, Melba, that is trauma.
Yeah.
It's very traumatic for a child. That child is going to grow up thinking that, it's misplaced because they don't have an opportunity to be a child. They'll think that they are an adult, and then they start taking on adult roles. And you got to think about it. When little girls always have to babysit, they can either go one or two ways: never wanting kids or having a whole bunch of them.
Because they're growing up too fast. Because you're making them a grown up faster than they shouldn't have to deal with certain circumstances. Got to pay bills or have you keep you focused. No child should have to wake you up and say, hey, this is what you have to do today. You have to go to work. You have to feed us.
It's sad that it is, unfortunately, some children type of life. But let me ask you something, Nikki. So in those instances, Child Protective Services would step in?
Sometimes, if somebody sees something going on, if a neighbor calls, if a child comes to school and says something to the teacher, or a friend went over and their parent came to pick them up, somebody has to see something. Or if the child tells somebody something, which a lot of them won't, or unfortunately, if something happens, if something happens to one of the kids, and then they're going to investigate, what happened, then they might find out all these other things that are happening.
Yeah, because they'll come to the house. Ooh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And that's the other piece of it too. There may be there's some trauma there for the person who's using, because I wasn't there for my child. Something happened to my child. You hear sometimes on the news where you see a 2-year-old or something walking down the street in the middle of the street with the diaper on or something in the middle of the night. That's because their parent is at home passed out. So that's how stuff comes to their attention. Or maybe I've had people call when I was working there, and they would say, I was at the grocery store and I seen some kids in the car by themselves, or I seen this car swerve, or I seen this happen, and they look, dirty, and they just have a license plate, and we got to figure out who it belongs to. So that's how people get involved. Just, but if nobody sees it, think about how long this might be happening and nobody knows.
Yeah. I saw stories on YouTube because I watch a lot of crime documentaries and things like that. And there was a lady who the 2 kids, it was like 3 or 4 kids, but both cars were parked beside each other. And the adults had ran into the mall and they left two cars into the mall. They left two cars with the kids in. I guess they were all related. The oldest one probably was like 7, and then there's a infant and toddlers, and the police were called by some bystanders. And do you know they stood there probably for 30 more minutes until one of the girls came back. Then the second one came. Do you know they got to fussing and cussing with the police, trying to tell them that they was not going to jail? Ma'am, yes, you are. She was like, what was the problem? They had the brother here. He was like, he's 7. Like they really they were young-minded. And they were like, no problem with it because they were still there.
They're like, what's the problem? Yeah, what's the problem?
Who called the police? She was more mad. She was more mad that somebody called the police on her. It really didn't dawn on her. So some people are just not fit to be parents. But there was another story where the baby actually got into the substance and passed away. And CPS had to be called. The police had to be called. They tried to cover it up. It was crazy.
Yeah.
There's other, yeah.
You know, I'm reading books right now. We're going to get back on topic, but I'm reading books right now. And the books that I'm reading a series, and it's a great series. I'm not going to say it because I don't get paid. They haven't paid me. I'm not going to tell y'all the series. I'll drop it in Signal. But I will say this Audible Ace of Spades, and I'm going to leave it at that. Wonderful series. But they talked a lot about trafficking and, you know, young ladies and young girls. And if, you know, fiction becomes factual, and when I look and I'm reading and I'm doing the research for the show and I'm researching, there's so many young people who are going missing now. So you don't give, it's like you got to step into the mind of a child. If that child is always taking care of everybody else and you've been leaving this child alone, that child thinks they're just as grown as you are.
Yep.
So that child is going to get up, get dressed, and walk out that door. And then when the child doesn't come back, you're on TV crying, begging for your child to return. But and not in all instances, trust me, there are so many kids that are going missing daily. They've found 50 unalived bodies in Houston, Texas, in the bayou, and Houston, Texas is still saying
it's not a serial.
It's not a serial unaliver.
Girl, I read that.
What is it?
How many does it need to be? They must be brown. They must be brown.
They are all brown.
Oh, okay. Okay, that fits.
Because if it was 50 people who are palm color, no, it'd be all over.
It wouldn't have gotten to 50 people.
It wouldn't have made it to 50. It would have been hot. It would have been too hot to get to that swamp. They had cameras out there. So, wasn't a blonde hair, blue eyed little girl. That's what it was.
Baby, all you need is one, and that's going to draw attention to every news channel in the world.
Gabby Petito. Yes. Gabby Petito, case in point.
Point. But all these, let's not even get into it. Let's get back on track.
I'll go to number 3. You find out the addiction is the root of the severe consequences. So another sign that it's time to seek treatment is the abuse is negatively affecting other areas of your life. Showing up to work intoxicated or high, failing to show up at all could mean the loss of employment. Maybe a mandatory drug test resulted in suspension. So some other consequences might be being expelled from school or college, the end of a relationship or a marriage, and the inability to perform duties as a caretaker, which I didn't even think of, But these could be the consequences. And when you have these type of people in your life and they're saying, hey, you need to get help. Hey, you need to get help. And you're still in denial. You are subject to lose every one of those things, your job, your relationship, your school, everything that you have worked hard for can be gone so fast.
Blink of an eye. All from substance abuse. And if you're dealing with substance abuse, ask for help. If you don't know what to do, ask for help. there's plenty of resources out here. I know,
It's hard to ask for help.
I don't know. I don't
Did
know if
you?
it's hard. I think it's just pride.
It
You
is.
know,
It's ego. It's pride. It's. I could do it by myself. Or there's a stigma of rehab. There's a lot. Go ahead, Nikki.
There's shame associated with it because of some of the things you might have done. There's guilt because of some of the things you might have done when you're under the influence. So when you have those factors, or you may have tried too to stop several times by yourself and you're not successful. So you're just like, something's wrong with me. And by this time you're having other people saying something's wrong with you, you know, and people are saying to you, I don't want to deal with you anymore until you can get this together. Or they're treating you a certain kind of way. So your self-esteem is shot. So it's not easy to just say, I need help. And then you don't want to lose the last little bit of stuff you have left. So who do I say that to? Who is it safe to say that to?
Yeah. And being sober is a scary feeling because then you come all the way back to the realization of now I'm sober and I see that I'm the person that messed up everything in my life. When I was using, I could ignore it or I could blame it on somebody else. Now I'm clean and I'm sober and I'm looking at myself as, okay, you did all this. Some people don't want to face that. They don't want to admit it.
It's best to go ahead and face it and deal with it so you can move on. You don't want to continue to live like this. I mean, what are the long-term effects of drinking? Dialysis.
Dialysis sucks. It
sucks.
Do y'all even know what dialysis is out there in the world? It's horrible.
It's horrible. You know, your kidney failure, liver.
My stepmom did it 3 days a week.
It's tough.
Every week before she passed.
And once
you can also have some brain issues.
You never get off.
You can have a substance-induced dementia. I've seen people at 40 years old because of how much they drank in their life have dementia because it's substance-induced.
You can start having seizures from withdrawals could trigger seizures in your body, and you have them from then on. It is very toxic to the body. Alcohol, we're talking about alcohol, but the substances can trigger it worse. You've seen the really scary substances make you have hallucinations, freak out, panic attacks, all of those things, and you can't control it. Once you put it into your body, you just got to deal with what happens after that.
T-Wiz says, I have clients that say being sober is hard because I have to feel my true feelings. Yes,
absolutely.
You have to deal with life.
Exactly that.
Whatever that initial thing that started you down that road, guess what? It's there. It's worse. And then you have a trail of all this stuff that happened along the way. There maybe have been more trauma. There may be other things you feel guilty about or things you did that you don't feel good about. So you have all that comes rushing back. And you have to deal with all of those things. And remember, at this point, you're dependent on it. You know what I mean? So it's not like I can just be like, okay, I deal with this, but now you got to deal with the dependency as well.
Yeah. And then you got to start that road to redemption, and not even redemption from other people, just the redemption for yourself, because the things that you broke may need to be fixed. You need to get back a job or get back to being a functioning person in society and paying bills or paying back people that helped you out when you could no longer go to work and could no longer pay your bills. You might have lost your. There's a lot to make up for, but rehab will, make you face.
And you might have medical issues now.
Yes.
That you didn't have before.
It's a trickle-down effect. So, we all know the ugly side of addiction. We know the ugly side of substance abuse. We know the ugly side of how it affects families for forever. Give us some pointers on combating that. How do you stop it? How do you fix it? What are some tips on, okay, today I'm just not going to drink and I'm going to substitute drinking for going for a swim. And when I have that urge, what are some tips, ladies?
My first one is 988.
Is what?
988. Is that the suicide? That's the suicide one. And substance use support. It does both.
Yeah, you can call it for both.
or text it too. You can text
Yeah.
988 now too, people. For the people that don't like interaction on the phone, you can actually text 988 and it will find the local resources for you guys.
And that is, you can text or call 988 to help you deal with your substance abuse. We don't want to just point it out. We want you to go and grab resources to help you pull yourself back. There's no judgment here. We want people to recognize where you are, what state you're in, and how can you fix you. I can't fix it. Anybody in this world, the only person I can fix is myself. And I'm not supposed to, but I can give you tips on where to go. Thank you, Miss Jack. 988 is a great resource. What are some other resources that maybe the church,
Yeah, I was gonna say, even before then, you got just even you saying to someone, I need help, going to your pastor, going to a family member, somebody you trust, and saying, I need help with this. I think I have a problem. But there are AA meetings, and AA is Alcoholic Anonymous. You can literally just Google AA meetings in your area, put your zip code in, and it will tell you if they're closed meetings, which means it's just a small group that's closed. If they're open meetings, when they run, what days they run and stuff like that, you just pop in. Alcoholics Anonymous, it's a 12-step program. So you have to deal with, doing the 12 steps as you're going through the program. Sponsors are a part of that, which is a peer who kind of helps you get through it. And they just have group. That's a peer support group. The AA meetings are peer support. They're religiously based. And so some people don't, go towards that because of the religiously based part of it. But that's AA, and that's peer support.
So what about those family members that are dealing with an alcoholic or dealing with somebody who has substance abuse? What if my spouse is, trying to get the help that he or she needs, and I'm not an alcoholic, but I've been dealing with this for years and I'm traumatized. What about those people?
So AA and actually NAMI, NAMI, National Association of Mental Illness, NAMI, they have family-to-family groups, and they have substance abuse groups, they have mental health groups, and some of them are led by the person themselves who are in recovery. Some of them are led by people who, are therapists. Some of them are led by family members. So there's that. And then that's what I was going to mention too, Melbo, when I said AA is Al-Anon, that's for family as well. You can also do therapy. SAMHSA is another one. Yes, you can do family therapy. You can do individual therapy, because your family is going through this with you. When you get to that substance dependent stage, your family is going through all of this with you, because they see what they see the parts you don't see. They're from the outside looking in, and they got to know, when mom or dad comes home like that, we got to be on our best behavior. We don't want to trigger them. We don't want to make them go off on us. We don't want to have to do this and that. So their behaviors change as well. The dynamics of the family changes as well. So that's something you got to think about too.
There have been families that have broken up because when you get to a certain point, you realize, hey, this person I can't help this person any longer. You also have to be prepared. If you do go to family therapy, you got to be prepared for what that person is going to tell you as well.
Right.
It may not be an issue that you thought they already had, something you thought like it may be bills or something. They may say something else and you're like, whoa, wait a minute. So be prepared to be fully honest also with the person. If you're a family member, if you're a friend and somebody comes to you and they need help, they need assistance, this is not the time to sugarcoat things. And if they ask you a direct question, do you feel like I have a problem? Can you help me? Hey, I do feel like you have a problem. I don't think I'm equipped to help you, but I can help you find somebody that can. Just be honest with any of your friends and family, and be prepared to, if you're going to be a supporter of somebody that they, and they call somebody like in the middle of the night when they're going through, I can't think of the name of it right now.
A mentor.
The sponsor.
You have to be prepared to be a real sponsor. You can't flake out because that person really needs you at that time. So understand what you are signing up for when you're talking about giving help to somebody that does have substance abuse. If you don't feel like you can do it, then don't sign up for that. Let them get with somebody that can actually help them. You may have good intentions, but you may not be built for it.
Absolutely. And then there's Alateen. There's Alateen too. If there's, if you're a teen going through these things, there's Alateen. So, yeah.
That's real too.
Yeah. There was a TV show where the grandmother was a alcoholic and substance abuse user, and then the daughter, and then the granddaughter. So I can't remember it. I used to watch it at night a couple of years ago. I'm quite sure you guys may have seen it. I just don't remember the name of it. But watching it, Mom, thank you, Miss D. Mom was the name of the show. And it really makes you really think about, you saw the mother, the grandmother, the mother, she had a substance abuse problem and an alcohol problem. And then her daughter ended up doing the same thing. She passed it down. And then her daughter had a child early. So it's trying to show, the show in my mind was trying to show people that substance abuse, number one, is real. Number two, kids are sponges. They're going to learn, and they're going to choose which way to go. A lot of kids will choose to say, I'm never touching it.
Yeah.
Some kids may choose to say, you know what? I'll have a drink too.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't think about the fact that however you deal with emotions, however you deal with trauma, however you deal with adversities in your household is how, as an adult, you're going to deal with stuff. So if I seen that every time we couldn't pay a bill or something happened, my parent picked up a substance or a drink and didn't deal with that, then I'm going to, and when I have a problem and I come to them and they kind of just shut me down, that's how I'm going to think I'm supposed to deal with it.
Right.
So that's how I'm going to start dealing with it. Well, when this happened with her or him, they did this. So I'm, you don't want to be like that, but I'm going to try it because I don't know anything else. That's what I've learned. You didn't teach me to feel my feels. You didn't teach me to, be a part of
use my words.
You taught me to shut down. Right. You taught me to shut down. What I have to say is not important. My feelings are not important.
Oh, that's so hard.
That's how I'm going to deal with that as an adult.
Yeah.
Or even as a teenager.
You don't want your kids to follow in that footstep. I'm telling you now, you don't. You want your kids to have a fighting chance. We all are out here, swinging and fighting for our lives nowadays because we got the man with the rotten hands up there acting a doggone fool every day.
Daily.
Daily. And I get it. It's hard and it's frustrating because you're like, what next? What else can he do? But that doesn't doesn't absolve us of our responsibility. And our kids deserve so much.
They deserve better. This world is already hard enough. We deserve to give them a shot at not failing immediately because some things are going to be stacked against them already, especially dealing with people of color. So we want to teach them like coping mechanisms and communication, how to talk about your feelings and not be embarrassed, and to be able to say, I think I have a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Admit it.
Make it comfortable for your kids to talk to you about things. Because the one thing you don't want to do is have something happen to your child and you don't have a clue that they were even doing it, that they were even using.
That's
be able to pay attention to your child and see changes in your child at any age. If you're a parent and you are observant of your baby, you should know if they're acting weird or they seem like they're a little high or something.
Absolutely.
One last tip. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Your last tip.
One last tip. I did this to look up the area that I was in, and it pulled up a rehab, right? And for some of the first thing it says is we accept all major private insurance plans, no Medicaid or Medicare. but they do have insurance. And I say that to say this, there are insurance companies that will pay for rehab for you. So some people are worried about if they can afford it or not. They do take insurances.
Yeah, and
That's good.
also your job, if you're about to get in trouble at your job and that's been a problem, you can go through EAP and you can go through some of their programs, and they will actually, you have a better chance of keeping it if you're coming clean and say, I need help. Yeah, and there's Narcotics Anonymous too. There's Narcotics Anonymous if you're not using alcohol. There's Narcotics Anonymous, SAMHSA, SAMHSA. They are awesome. They have mental health and substance abuse things, stuff you can look up and help you can look up. I have a number if you want me to put that number out there. It's 24/7 support. It's 800-662-HELP.
800-662-HELP. Any last words before we wrap the show, ladies?
Be able to admit and suck it up and say you have a problem and get help. Because the longer you deny it, the more time it's going to take to fix it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ms. Jack. I really appreciate this. And Counselor Nikki, yes, ma'am. Any last words, honey?
Yes, you are not alone. And if there's somebody that you trust and you don't feel like you can figure this stuff out, ask them to help you. And there's no need for you to feel guilty or ashamed. You're strong for coming forward and saying, I need this help.
Absolutely. Strong for coming forward. Speak up, speak out. I want to thank everybody on TikTok, on YouTube, and our listening audience on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you got something from this broadcast. If you ever need to reach out, you can email me directly at KM as in Mary .devo, DEV as in Victor OE at ourplugs.com. I am here to help. We are all here to help. Life gets tough and it gets heavy, but you are not alone, and ask for help when you need it. You guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves. Go out there, touch grass. We have great weather. I don't know about those northern states. They bragged all summer long about how great the weather was. I ain't even gonna get into it. But y'all have a good day. Thank you, WKRA.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.